And then I guess we could just jump right into it. The Man of Night, Moon Knight. I've only got up to episode. I finished episode 5. I know you finished the whole series.
Of
So,
course I did. I ain't
Jason,
got nothing better to do in my life.
as always, if we do it, we do it this time. Jason, what is your one sentence review of Moon Knight?
Oscar Isaacs playing Oscar Isaacs should win a Grammy for being Oscar Isaacs. Or Emmy. I don't know. Not Grammy, Emmy.
My one sentence is: how in the hell did you let Marvel out Batman?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that's
So,
good.
Jason, what is your thoughts on Moon Knight?
Moon Knight in itself, like as a superhero property, and this is gonna be, yeah, and I'm probably gonna make a moxicillin over here, let mad. Not that good, but Oscar Isaac and your boy Ethan Hawke,
Hmm.
they elevate this shit to the level that it needs to be at. Like this, they do such a good job. Oscar Isaac, particularly playing Stephen Grant and Mark Knight. What's his
Yeah,
last name? Mark Knight.
Mark something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The way they interact with each other, the way they play off each other. Oh, it is so good. I like. There are some episodes where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because this gets out there. This gets out there.
Hmm.
It's almost Doctor Strange out there. But
Hmm.
like because of Oscar Isaac's, ability to sell the scene, you stay engaged, even though you're like, I'm confused about what's happening right now. Like, and so like I really, really like enjoyed it, and all the supporting characters. I can't remember the young lady who's playing his wife's name is, but they it's basically just the three of them. It's Oscar Isaac's her and Ethan Hawke, and they're just carrying this whole entire show by
Hmm.
themselves. Plus a little bit of uh, Khufu or whatever his name is, to add your CG character to the mix. But yeah, this is crazy. You haven't seen the last episode, but it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
You get a talking hippopotamus at one point. I mean, come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's absolutely nuts. But as I said, Oscar Isaacs, he's able to, through the various characters, be goofy, be menacing, be dramatic, be funny, and do it all and make it all work, and do it back to back to back to back, and make it all work. And I especially enjoyed the episode. I think it was the fifth episode where he's going through his memories, and you
Hmm.
see like why he created the split personalities that he had because of the things that he has done or he has perceived that he has done, and
Yep.
how he is coping with us. And that's a very real thing, because I believe, like, from my small amount of research that I've done into dissociative identity disorder, that it comes from childhood trauma and having to deal with the trauma of being in childhood, and that's how it manifests itself. So it was very interesting to see that storyline, and then it goes even more batshit crazy at the end. And I don't want to spoil it for people because it's batshit crazy what happens.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, me and my son sat here. This was our appointment Wednesday night date night, and we watched this together. And my kid was like, "I don't know what happened." I'm like, "I don't know what happened either." but but we still sat there and watched every single episode of the show and enjoyed it thoroughly. So yeah, this is definitely different from what Marvel has put forth in their TV sphere so far, but it's not as good as Falcon and Winter Soldier, because you gotta keep it black, but it's still pretty
Facts.
good.
Oh man, now here's the fun part of the episode where
Where we
I shit on
disagree.
I shit on Marvel, and my shitting on them is completely hypocritical, and I'll be called out for it. Yeah, it has a lot of horror elements in it that I did not expect and did not think would be in it. And I will admit, I was here for it. I was vibing with it. It the show, and I think it did it deliberately. The show is just as schizophrenic and
Mm-hmm.
personality disorder associated as the character, because
Mm-hmm.
it literally is a horror movie to begin with, then it turns into an adventure movie, then it turns into a fantasy quest, then it jumps back to like all I
Yeah, it's
thought when I
all
was
over the
watching
place.
this was that what would be great right now if they brought back the Mummy and found a way to bring back Brendan Fraser and bring back Oscar and get Oscar Isaac and let them do a buddy cop adventure in the Mummy and just run with it. And I know Brandon Fraser's all beat up from being in a Mummy. That's why he doesn't act as much. But you can figure out a way like to just have
Just
him
put him,
be there.
just put him in a wheelchair. Come on, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, regardless, yeah. That's what made this when watches made me think was like, I want to see that movie. And that's what made me realize that the fact that I thought that made me realize I was not enjoying Moon Knight really at all. And you're right, the acting's so good. Like for as much as Ethan Hawke at one point crapped on superhero movies, because he made bad comments about him. The fact that
Yeah,
he's in this one and he's just amazing,
they
and
run them
Oscar
a
Isaac is
paycheck.
amazing. Yeah, well, that's true. I feel like it's wasted here because I feel like you said, because the story is so nuts. You never get to settle in with the story and enjoy it. Now, and I'm watching these back to back to back, and so even at the third episode, I had to stop because I was like, I'm not enjoying this because I feel like it's almost so much going on that one half I don't even care about, but then two, the parts I care about, the things that I'm not even touching. And then I got to like the asylum episode, and I was like, this is what I want. But I realized that this whole show is just a ripoff of a bunch of other cool stuff we like. Like this show is Legion, The
Legion.
Mummy, and and I guess a better version of New Mutants, all wrapped into one movie show. And it's like, here, you guys enjoy this, and I get it because he's kind of shifty. They want to make them. I guess they're trying to make the show shifty, but I just kind of felt like I never got to. And I hate doing these on these type of shows because I feel like something sometimes is missed when you're not watching it week to week. Because I know some nuances when you get to watch it week to week, you get a breather from it, and you get to come back into the world and you get to breathe, and that sometimes helps you better fill into the world. Me watching it straight shot, I just felt like, okay, I mean, oh, he's fighting now. Oh, he has a suit on. Okay. This is all cool and all, but like I just never really I guess I just didn't get into it. And hopefully I'm gonna watch the last episode tonight, and maybe the ending will be so spectacular it changes my thoughts. But
No,
I just never could really vibe in it, man. I just felt like you just gave me some great actors, and instead of really making a concise, straightforward, vibing script, you kind of just let them, like you said, they carry the show. You
they
just do the
just
show
go
on
and
their
act.
back, yeah, and they do a great job at it. But it just, I don't, I feel like something's missing, and I don't know what it is. And sometimes I'm victim of this stuff when I do watch shows like this continuously and binge them, because we all do things like you have to resist the urge to want to pick up your cell phone, or maybe these kids running behind. Like I know things go on when you binge things, but like I actually binged this show in my basement while everybody was out of my house, so it wasn't like any distractions. And I was just like, it's cool. I don't know. I mean, I think maybe my caliber for Marvel shows has been lifted so high that this one just was just okay, and I think it felt like a letdown.
They're always
Yeah,
in the storage lockers.
yeah. I was sure.
That would not have been surprising if it was like if this all did was taking place inside Stephen or Mark's head or
Well,
inside
and
of a
it like
storage
that
locker.
storage one, it's like one of the dopest scenes in the whole thing. Like again, that was the horror fan in me was like, "Oh, this show's gonna be all this all the time. I'm here for it." And then it was like, "Nah, homeboy." Yeah, I can't spoil it, but yeah. Yeah, I'm good, man.
One
I'm gonna
one of my
finish
other
it, but I'm cool.
critiques of this is sometimes they cut out on the action. You wake up like and it's a part of the character, but it's like, yo, let me see him. Especially in the first episode when he actually turns into Moon Knight and goes after the jackal thing.
Jackal thing, yeah.
It like cuts away. It was like, no,
Hmm.
let me see it beat the fuck out of it. Like, come on. But they do end up later on having a pretty good extended fight scene on the sixth episode. So if you haven't seen that,
Okay.
it's a little bit more. But even then, I don't think the sixth episode's going to do anything to change your mind if you are not.
Also, shout out to Oscar Isaac's physical comedy chops. Didn't know he had him. Especially the scene with the scarab early on. Like, give me the scarab, and like that's him doing that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like it. That was very impressive. But I will tell you one thing about this movie, the show that I will give and totally concede to. It's a million times better than anything that Venom 1 or Venom 2 ever did.
Oh shit! Hell
And
yeah!
that is a pure indictment on how bad Venom 1 and Venom 2 is. And eventually the Venom 3 that's going to come is still going to be just as bad. So
Yeah.
shout out to
Oh my
Oscar
God.
Isaac.
This was
Also,
that
people
shit.
who haven't seen the movie Upgrade,
It's
it
also
is
better
probably
than Venom.
oh well, it's way better than Venom, but it's probably the best version of the split personality or somebody being in your body kind of trope. It's probably the best version of it that I've ever watched, and I feel like no one's seen this movie. And I'm always telling people you got to watch this movie Upgrade, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'll get it eventually," but it's awesome. It's like this movie, that movie Upgrade, and Edge of Tomorrow are the two movies I think nobody saw. That I'm always like, you have to see these movies. They're fucking
Edge
awesome,
Tomorrow
and nobody saw. Oh, Edge of Tomorrow's amazing.
is a masterpiece. I don't even like
Yes.
Tom Cruise like that. I mean, I do like
Oh,
Tom Cruise
I
like
love
that,
Tom Cruise. I love Tom
but
Cruise. I'm not gonna fake.
Edge of Tomorrow is a masterpiece.
Oh, here's a great question. How do you rank it within the Disney Plus Marvel series? I know Falcon Winter Soldier is your number one.
Number one.
Okay.
I would say Loki's number 2. What else?
Okay.
We got Hawkeye, WandaVision, in this, right? And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The Disney Plus Marvel stuff. So I would probably put this Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki. I would give this a tie between Hawkeye and this and Moon Knight,
Okay.
and then put WandaVision last, only because I'm misogynistic and I hate women.
Good choice. Because I love women. I actually WandaVision is my number 1. Falcon and Winter Soldier is my number 2. My number 3 is actually I love fucking Hawkeye. I love that it was just like regular dudes.
Yeah,
like, it was just regular dudes fighting regular people because I didn't need no blue beams. I didn't need no monsters. It was just regular dudes with bows and arrows. Like I was here for it.
How are you not getting killed through all this?
Right. And the fact that now we can rank Hawkeye as one of our favorite Christmas TV shows.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a Christmas movie. Christmas
yes.
show.
Hawkeye after that, then Loki, and then Moon Knight. Yeah. So I put you between Loki and Wanda. I could see that. I mean, you have to give us your whole list though.
Look,
Wanda's your number
even
one.
Even though I put Wanda last, does not mean Wanda's a bad show. I still thoroughly enjoyed WandaVision too. It just, out of all these ones that I've seen so far, it's probably my least favorite.
You know what's funny about WandaVision? WandaVision's either people's favorite or their least. It's no in between with WandaVision with most people.
Yeah.
Because if you could get with the whole crazy sitcom stuff in the first 3 episodes, and you can get through that, which I enjoy because I mean we review TV shows all the time, and those TV shows they were doing are some of my favorite shows, like Dick Van Dyke and I Love Lucy and Bewitched, and so I was all here for it. If you're not into that, that's going to make you trash it. But then also, the biggest issue with Wanda people have is that like she just walk out of the town and everybody's like, all right, that's it. Everybody's like, didn't anybody gonna say nothing to her?
No one's gonna yell at her. Like, come on.
She's gonna leave. I mean, okay, that's what we doing here. They superheroes. Can do. I thought we signed this Sokovia Accord.
I posted this on Facebook earlier. But living in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a normal person has to be a living nightmare. It has to be hell on earth, especially after watching the end of Moon Knight. Like, you as a normal citizen of Cairo, you have to be like, what is it? What else is going to happen? Like, am I just going to spontaneously turn into a fucking duck? I don't know. like 5 years ago, half of us disappeared. You know, we got witches taking over people's minds and shit.
Yeah.
Aliens exist. Like, you know, Thor exists.
Also, I was talking about another big beef with WandaVision is that the internet made it such a bigger thing because they're like, oh, is it going to be, Blue Marvel? It's going to show up and is it going to be Mr. Fantastic? Like, the internet went so crazy with theories that I felt like the show could never live up to like the crazy fan theories. Like Ralph
was the
Boner was
engineer
the
she
biggest
knows?
letdown of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
but yeah,
oh, is it that they have hexagons, and usually that's hexagons are used in you know Doctor Strange. Is it like, oh, is it going to be connected? Is Doctor Strange going to show up? Not
right,
until the next
yeah.
movie.
All right, Jason, what is your rating of Moon Knight on Disney Plus?
I'm gonna do 3.5 out of 9 out of 5.
Okay. I'm gonna do 2.5. 2.5 out of 5. I mean, it just probably ain't for me, but it's a lot of good, cool stuff in there. And you can't downgrade Oscar Isaacs and Ethan Hunt. So, I mean, Ethan Hawke,
Yeah.
excuse me. Called him Ethan Hunt, damn, for Mission Impossible.
Wasn't he
Yeah.
another? No. What was it? He was in Gattaca.
Yes, Gattaca. Yep.
That's good.
Which is underrated, which holds up a lot better now than it did when it came out.
I mean, we're getting to that place now. Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
That may be for make a case. That may be put that on the list for make a case for Gattaca. Or we'll watch it and be like, oh, this movie does suck, and I'm sorry we even did
It
this
doesn't suck
to ourselves.
I saw that it was a child, and I was like, that this my mind blown. They're gonna get rid of black people. Oh no.
What was like that one, and no, I always get confused, and they're completely separate in time when they came out. Gattaca, and what was like the movie with like Matt Damon shaved his head and he had like robot pieces and
Elysium?
Yeah. For some
Totally
reason,
two
my
different
mind
movies.
correlates those movies very close to each other.
Completely
And
different
nothing,
movies.
yeah, nothing in
made
common.
a decade apart.
Nothing in common at all. But for some reason, my mind just morphs these movies together.
Completely different. Not the same at all. Not even the same, like thematically. I guess you can kind of connect the themes together, but still.
Look, my mind plays tricks on me, bro. My mind plays tricks on me. Me and Bushwick Bill. I can't, bro.
Speaking of that,
I mean, hell,
that Ghetto Boy song, that video, as a child, used to scare the shit out of me.
It did for me too as well. Also, let's not forget, I am the same guy that thought Tuskegee was Red Tails. So my mind just puts strange things together.
Look, in your defense, they both have Cuba Gooding Jr. in them. So,
and black people,
and black
Hollywood.
And you know how
them aren't a thing. Yeah,
they all look the same. What do you mean? What do you mean they're two different movies? I thought they're the same movie.
When I explain this movie to my wife, they're going to be the same movie, so it doesn't matter. All right, but yes, guys, everybody, thank you again for watching. Please go out if you can, grab Black Sands, The Seven Kingdoms, Volume 1, Volume 2. Again, we're going to do our N-Word for Nerd book club May 21st, guys. Lock it in, 8 o'clock. We're going to go live, and we're going to be talking about these Volume 1 and Volume 2. Once again, our book club is going to highlight Black and people of color, sci-fi fantasy books. Jason has a suggestion for the next one, and I can't wait to read that.